On the anniversary of the discovery of one of the city's grisliest unsolved murders, neighbors of the former bartender are calling on police to explain why authorities freed the only known suspects in the case, who were arrested for allegedly using Egg's credit cards to hire a crime scene cleanup service to sanitize the murder scene. Police say they are still trying to build enough evidence to bring charges in the case. "The murderer is free and roaming the streets and can claim his next victim," said Scott Free, who was one of several neighbors who repeatedly called police to report Egg missing from his home in the city's Soma neighborhood last summer, then complained that police didn't check his house and discover his body for weeks. "I want a more thorough investigation. I want someone arrested," said Free. He's not alone in expressing frustration with the lack of information and progress on the case. "This is really shocking," Matt Haney, a San Francisco supervisor, wrote on Facebook after learning from the Bay Area Reporter, a local LGBT newspaper, that one suspect had been let free in April. A couple of guys were found in Brian Egg's house after hiring a cleaning crew and using his credit cards. After a couple of checks on the house, they found his mutilated body in a fish tank. And yet now there is apparently no suspect in his death. No further information, and his family finds out through the media that the one suspect has been released, Haney wrote. "This is awful." Police said the suspect Michael Silva, 40, who was arrested last year after allegedly using Egg's credit cards to order a crime scene cleanup crew and to buy a used BMW, is still a person of interest in the case, even though he was released. Egg, 65, a former bartender at a legendary San Francisco gay bar called The Stud, was last seen in his home in May 2018. Later in the summer, neighbors began calling police to report the disappearance of the local curmudgeon who normally walked his dog daily and tenderly cared for the neighborhood's plants. They reported seeing multiple people who appeared to be homeless coming and going from his house. Neighbors became increasingly concerned in August when they spotted an unknown man in the house, washing down floors with so much soapy water that gushes flowed out under the door and into the street, smelling strongly of bleach. The next day, when a white van pulled up, marked as a biohazard crime scene cleanup vehicle from a company called Aftermath Services, the neighbors decided it was just too surreal and dialed 911 to get police, said Free. They reported that a strange man stood outside the home to meet the van. "We said, 'Get over there now. There's something really fishy happening,'" Free told The Guardian last year. Police discovered Egg's badly decomposed torso in a fish tank hidden in a small room with its door concealed behind a picture. The body was submerged in chemicals and held down by a carpet, empty bottles of Drano, and an iron sawhorse, according to an autopsy report obtained by the San Francisco Chronicle. The report also confirmed Egg's remains through DNA analysis and determined he had been murdered by blunt force. When examined, it appeared that the subject was decapitated and both hands were not with the remains, the medical examiner's office wrote, according to the Chronicle. The subject's legs also appeared severed, but the feet were found in the fish tank inside socks. As the subject was being manipulated and pulled out of the tank, apparent biological tissue was dislodging from the bones. In the days after discovering the remains, police arrested Silva and another man, both of whom neighbors said had been seen at the home, on charges of homicide, fraud, theft, identity theft, and elder abuse. But the charges were never formally filed in court, and Silva was held on parole violation in another, unrelated case until April of this year, when he was released. The second arrestee, 52-year-old Robert McCaffrey, allegedly the man who met the crime scene cleanup crew, was released shortly after his arrest in August 2018. Free says he now sees McCaffrey wandering around the neighborhood. Egg's brother, Devin Egg, told the Bay Area Reporter in April that he was not told of Silva's release. "I am very angry about this. I got no notice." But he added that he forgave police for any mistakes in the case.